It's funny because when you're drawing, you draw what your mood is, and if you're feeling very sad, well, your faces start looking really miserable, and if you're feeling wild, that comes through. When I was at art school, I did fashion, and then, to be in fashion, it just took you so long because you had to pick up pins for years in, fashion houses before you could start designing. And this was the only way to do fashion quickly, was to draw. And I got a job in an illustration studio, which I made tea for at least a year. And then they started sending me out on jobs. When I met my husband, we started our first business from mail order. And that just took off, and we never looked back. From the day we opened, I mean, it was just an explosion. The girls in the shop were fantastic looking. You know how when you get one fabulous looking girl, they attract other beautiful looking girls. The clothes were young and made for young people. By the way, here is the original Woody's. This amazing building, plus the next door, plus everything right down. This is where I arrived, and there was this big wave of 30s buildings being built like Tara, which was really funny, because this isn't very deco-y. We came sort of early 90s, I can't really remember what year it was even, because Ronnie was going to open this club. No, he was going to open a hotel that turned into a club. And they said, would you like to come and do it? It would take 6 months. And 2 years later, my husband Fitz and I were still here. After finishing Ron Wood's project, I met Chris Blackwell's art director. Chris had just bought the Marlin, and he said, would I like to do a hotel? He gave me a corridor to do, and I was in shock, and I thought, gosh, corridor. Then he gave me more and more and more and more, and then the Marlin turned into a hotel, and then Chris bought 12 buildings from the Tides, the Leslie, the Carlisle, the Coddos of the Netherlands. So he was really owned the whole town, and slowly he developed, and I was part of it, all the buildings, which was such fun. Incredible. The project I'm working on is the most exciting project I've ever worked on. It's the Golden Eye development at Ocho Rios, the original James Bond property where the first Bond film was made. And it's a property that was owned by Ian Fleming, who actually wrote all the Bond books in the main house. And there's actually a wonderful little desk where he sat and imagined all these incredible stories. This is still going into corrected. I've just done a collection for home shopping, and that's one of the original ads for catalogues for mail order, and I've sort of adapted these drawings for home shopping, and then they're on t-shirts and flip-flops and scarves. The first one was sort of like 8 years ago, and they've reprinted this. And actually I've had 2 offers to do a film on this. They usually want so many stipulations about it. I'm just very nervous about the whole thing. So we'll see. It'll be fun. Nobody can really recreate that period, because it's too much today. It's much too sort of glamorous today. It was very simple and very rather, everything was done not by professionals, but people, artsy, and which was the charm of it all.